Well, in the last hour, Tommy managed to speak to that man who's being hailed a hero tonight, David Walsh, who saved the life of 4-month-old little baby Rihanna. He recalls the final moments of this appalling tragedy.
I seen the car, and so we went down to help straight away. So we got out of the car, and there's a guy there, I think his name was Francis. He said, ring the Coast Guard, and I was like, right, I should be funny, give it to my girlfriend, ring the Coast Guard. And I looked out and I could see the distress in the family. The father and the mother, the 2 women and the children were all screaming, help, help, help. So I just didn't really think. I just Steph, he said just go and help them. So I took off my clothes down to my boxers, and I just swam out as fast as I could. I got out to the family. And just when I got out there, the father was hitting the window was just half ajar, and he started hitting it with his elbow to break it. Because I'm guessing the electrics broke, and so I started shouting, "Please, everybody has to get out of the car. The car's going to go down. Everyone, please get out." And at the stage when the windows broke, the father sat out on the ledge of the window, and the water started to seep in, and he then handed me the baby infant, and he said, take the baby. I took the baby, and I said, someone else. I was trying to get someone else, and I wanted to help more people. But the water started coming, and he just looked at me and said, save my baby. And then I took the baby. I held it above my head, and then I swam back to shore. And that's what happened.
It must have been awful to have to leave them behind while at the same time you were saving a life.
It was terrible. You know, I was out there, and when I was swimming out, I didn't know how I was going to help it. I didn't know what was going to happen, but the baby was handed to me, and when it happened, the father looked at me and he had to make a decision. He could have saved himself because he was out of the car, but he went back into his family, back in, and I couldn't do nothing else. The car went down instantly. And the whole lot of them went down, and then it was just so fast. And I took the baby infant back into shore. My girlfriend was waiting at the shore. She took the baby infant off me. I was exhausted on the pier. I just lay there in the algae, and my girlfriend took it and stripped the baby down, and got her warm with the blankets on her, and so we saved the baby's life.
You're injured, I see.
Yeah, I just had to get stitches on my feet. When I was trying to get in or out of the water, I just cut all my feet. But apart from that, I'm fine.
Just shaking.
Yes, just shaking, and I just feel really, really terrible that I couldn't do any more for the family, and it's just an awful tragedy.
And seeing the actual Coast Guard and everybody work with a family, because we were still on the pier whilst they were coming out, and seeing how hard the Coast Guard, everybody worked down there, it was unbelievable. They spent so long trying to resuscitate the woman and bring them all back, but it was just so horrendous to watch it all.
He was a good father.
Oh yes, he was, certainly. He the younger child was trying to get out the back of him, and I think he knew that. I think deep down the father knew that I was only going to be able to save one person, and he said to me, the last thing he said, he handed it to me, and he said save the baby.
And he stayed with us.
And he stayed, and he went back in and stayed with his family, and the car just disappeared.